My workflow is a little crazy, but it's very non-destructive and I can go back and fix things easily. First, I'm gonna spot some dust. Using the iPad makes it so much easier to pinch and zoom and heel brush all the dust out. Technically, the iPad does not support 16-bit files, but there's a hack. If you create the Photoshop document on your computer and then transfer it over to your iPad, it will retain the 16-bit. Now I'm gonna move this over into Photoshop. Now that we're in Photoshop, I'm gonna make a new smart object out of the layer I spotted, so that way I can go back and make any changes if I notice more dust. This is where I landed with my edit. I'll just go through these layers one by one. I use luminosity masks to control my exposure, so I'll just make a curves adjustment with my shadow areas. Next, I'll make a curves adjustment for my midtones. You can see I brought everything down a lot. Now that I have the exposure kind of where I want it, I'll make a color adjustment. I'm gonna bring the highlights up a little bit with this next layer. I wanted to bring some detail back into this window, so I dodged and burned it with another curves layer. The driveway here was a little too bright for me, so I just brought that down a touch. I was getting this really cool shadow of the trees, and I wanted to make that pop a little bit more. I added another curves layer and upped the contrast a bit. The sky was a little too cyan for me, so to fix this I used a luminosity mask and a color adjustment layer. Even after this adjustment, it was still too cyan for me, so I used selective color to bring the cyans back to a more natural point. I'll make this another smart object, bring it over, and do some sharpening. For sharpening, I'll use an unsharpened mask. I usually set this between 1 and 2. Now I'll go in and make a crop. I'm going to try to recreate what I saw initially in the viewfinder. This is the final result of my edit. I hope you guys enjoyed this series and thanks for watching.